everyone, welcome back to the channel and video 2 of Project Playboy. Before we get into it, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that took the time to watch the previous video where we had a little walk around of the car, offered up the bumper, and then we met the guys at the paint shop. I think you'd agree they're a great bunch of guys. We're actually off on our way there now to pick up 300 millilitres of paint from Dave to take over to Fraser, who's got the bumper, so we can get that painted. So we're just in the van now on our way over there. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's watched the video. Like I say, we had, I think, over 100 views in 5 hours, which for me, for obviously a new channel, is really, really good. So thank you, really appreciate that. Really appreciate all your comments. They're all really nice, positive, and that. So that's really, really good of you guys. Thanks very much. You can see I had a shave as well, so I don't look like a vagrant anymore. I hadn't really planned, if I'm honest, on going up the unit this week, but I've got too many cars around me that I really need to try and get up for sale as soon as possible. And if I'm honest, I've probably got too much money sitting around in cars, so I need to try and get them up for sale as soon as possible and try and get a couple sold. I appreciate it's the week before Christmas, so it's not ideal, but I've got to try and do what I can while I've got the time to do it. So we're just going to pull up at the paint shop now, guys, and then we're running and get the paint. If there's no one in there, I'll video when we go in there and meet the guys again. Right guys, we've just been to the paint shop, just left. Sorry I couldn't get any footage in there, but it was just too busy. I think there's about 7 or 8 people in there all just talking over each other, and it wouldn't have made for good footage or, you know, good listening really. Like the sound would have been crap, and yeah, it just wouldn't have made good footage. So we've got the paint. We're just on our way up to Fraser now, the paint guy who's going to do the bumper for us. So I'll drop that off to him. I'll see if he's happy to be filmed. If he is, great. If not, then the next time you see me, we'll be back at the unit. So I'll see you shortly. Right guys, we're back up at the unit now, just to grab the bumper to take it to the paint shop. See, I've had a nice delivery of logs for the log burner at home. That should keep us going for a couple of years. So we're just going to pop this bumper off, take you up to Fraser. Tell you what I will do actually, one of the guys left in the comments to say that there might be a screw in one of these tyres. I think it's a stone, but we'll have a little look quickly while we're here to put our minds at rest. I think if he means that one there, that's just a stone. It's just a bit of crap off the floor on it, yeah. I can't see any stones in stones. I can't see any screws in them. I'll have a look at these ones here. No screws in that one. No, they're just stones from the gravel outside. Yeah, so to the subscriber who thought there might have been a screw in the tyres, pleased to say there's not, thank God. So yeah, we'll just pop this bumper off. We'll head off to the paint guy and drop it off to him. We're back again, guys. I just spoke to Fraser, the body shop guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to be on camera, which I do understand, but there's not a lot I can do about it, I'm afraid. So we're just heading over there now. The new bumper is in the back. I've got the paint with me, and we're just heading over there now. So he's based in St Joseph in Essex, which is a little village between Clacton and Colchester. So it's a nice little village. He's got a nice little unit up on a farm, and it turns out some lovely work in there. So we're just heading up there now. So just coming up onto the farm now, people. Someone said to me the other day, actually, it's been playing on my mind. They said to me, what do you hope to get out of these videos? You know, what's your goal? And I thought about it, and I guess for me, obviously, it's nice to pick up subscribers and, you know, people that watch what you record and show an interest. It's obviously a way to advertise the cars and that, you know, and hopefully, you know, maybe make a sale in an ideal world. But for me, it's to try and educate people about category cars, particularly category N, because as soon as you say to someone that doesn't really know a lot about it, it's a category N car, it's an insurance write-off, straight away alarm bells ring with them and they think, oh my God, it's been smashed to pieces or it's a cut and shut, I've got to have something to say for my daughter or my wife. Whereas, you know, that's the response from an uninformed person, as I'm sure you'll agree, because gone are the days really of cut and shuts from the 80s and 90s, that they don't really exist anymore now, you know, and ringing cars and stuff and everything like that, you know, and cloning them and that. While that's probably still about, the days of cut and shuts don't really exist anymore, or at least I don't think they do. But when you buy a category N car or a stolen recovered car, or even, you know, a category S, which, you know, we don't buy, so I'm just gonna let this car pass me, it's just behind me. When you buy a category N car or a stolen recovered or even a category S, which I say we don't buy, you're not buying a car that's been smashed to pieces necessarily. What you're buying is a car that someone in an office somewhere that's probably never seen that car has decided that it's uneconomical to repair, be it that the cost of the hire car is too much, the cost of the parts are too much, the cost of the body shop have, you know, put their fees up is too much. So they've decided to, rather than pay out to have that car repaired, which is perfectly fine, they've decided to write it off. And as soon as you say to someone, oh, that's been an insurance write-off, they automatically think it's been smashed to pieces. That ain't the case. And if anything comes of these videos, I hope it's just to educate people that, you know, you can safely buy a categorised car if, like what we do on this channel and other people do, you can see how it's been repaired, nothing's been hidden, they've used genuine, you know, good parts, the repairs are to a high standard, and, you know, yeah, it's been documented. You can see the damage previously, which obviously always helps. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with buying a categorised car. You know, my wife drives one, my sister-in-law drive one, you know, my son's probably going to drive one, he's probably going to buy one of the Abarths that we've got for sale, or my wife's Abarth, he'll probably buy that. So it's really just to educate people that, you know, you can buy an insurance written off car with category N, category S, or stolen recover, whatever it is, you know, as long as you buy, I suppose, knowing what you're buying, and realise that it's not been written off because it's been smashed to pieces, it's just been written off because it's uneconomical for that insurance company to repair it. That's the only difference. So that's really what I hope to get out of these videos, to educate people. So we'll just carry on driving up here now. Let's come on to the farm. Sorry about the banging about, guys. It's a farm track. I bet you guys are all winding down for Christmas now, aren't you, with your jobs and that, looking forward to a nice break over Christmas. I know I am, with my main occupation, which is a mechanical electrical engineer. I've been flat out this year. It's been really hard to find the time to do the cars, and in hindsight I probably shouldn't have bought as many as what I did, but as I said to you before, when they come up for the right money, the right mileage and the damage you're looking for, it's hard to say no, especially as the prices are so high on them at the moment. But we're just going to pull up here now, guys, so bear me a second. I'm just going to pop in to see Fraser. Right, the bumper and the paint's all dropped off now to Fraser, so he'll carry on with that. Hopefully we'll pick that up. Today's Wednesday. Hopefully we'll pick that up on Friday if he gets a chance to do it. If not, it'll probably be after Christmas, but I'm hoping he'll get a chance to do it before then. So yeah, I'll just carry on with what I was saying before, guys, about the category cars and that, you know, and understanding about the damage of them and that. So another YouTuber, a guy called Kev Knights, his channel's Vision Prestige. He doesn't actually sell category cars, but he was, I think, a damage assessment person, you know, before he was a car salesman. You can check him out. His channel's Vision Prestige. He sells some nice cars. He's based over near Ipswich, I think in Bucklesham. I watched his channel quite a bit, and he touched on it the other day about you know, categorised cars and, you know, why insurance companies are writing them off. And it's crazy, like our cars that we buy, why some of them have, you know, what appears to be, you know, bad damage. It's not. It's a wing and a bumper and a headlight, you know, or maybe a crash beam. You know, you can buy a new wing for a Fiat 500 for £35. You know, an insurance-approved pattern part for £35. You'll pay £140 from Prasco for, you know, an insurance-approved front bumper, and then 100, 150 quid to paint it. So I don't understand why they write these cars off for such trivial damage. It can only be they want petrol cars off the road as much as possible once they go past a certain age, maybe. I don't know. They're trying to push this electric incentive a bit more and that. But yeah, so Kev touched on this the other day. He had a customer that had a Volvo that had full service history with it. It was, immaculate, and it had a little crunch on the front bumper, and the insurance company wrote it off as soon as they've heard that it was a 2005 Volvo, like XC60 or XC90, I think it was. So Kev actually bought that back, even though it doesn't deal with category cars, because it was a lovely car. And it's the same with us. Like, we buy cars because, there's nothing wrong with them. And I can't emphasize that enough to anyone who's watching this channel or who might be watching this channel. There's nothing usually wrong with them. And why I could go to BCA or, Mannheim car auctions in Colchester and buy a car that isn't a category car, you've got more chance of buying someone else's trouble there, because that's been put into WeBuyAnyCar.com or, one of these other like car places that they, you take your car there, 10 minutes later you got your cash. And 9 times out of 10, people are getting rid of that or part exchanging it to another car in a garage because they just want shot of it. Whereas up until the point of the accident, this categorised car that we buy was someone's daily driver. So the chances are there was nothing really wrong with that car, and they was using it right up until the point of that accident. So that's why we tend to buy category cars from Copart, the salvage auction, rather than Mannheim or BCA, because from past experiences buying cars, for me personally, as I was younger and growing up, I always bought trouble. There was always something wrong with them. And yeah, you run the risk of, the odd niggly thing with the Fiats from Copart and that, having a little, gremlin here and there, but not to the extent that really the gearbox is going to be hanging out of it, the clutch is gone or anything like that. Because like I say, right up until the point of that accident, that was someone's daily driver. So you half expect a few little issues, don't get me wrong, but there shouldn't really be anything major wrong with it. You've got to be really, really unlucky. So, well, that's my experience anyway. Like, tell me different. If you've had anything different, then, please let me know in the comments and that. So that's why we buy from Copart. Don't get me wrong, if someone was to part exchange a car to us for one of our more expensive ones, like that Red Bath we've got for sale, and it wasn't a category car, obviously we go over it with a fine tooth comb to make sure it's in a saleable condition for us, and we probably would take it as a part exchange. Although obviously we only want to sell Fiats, if someone hasn't got the money to buy a car from us but they want to offer a part exchange, then we'd look at it for one of the higher priced cars, but unfortunately probably not for one of the lower priced ones. But yeah, so that was just my sort of thinking on that anyway, really, and I thought I'd share that with you. So say, let us know in the comments what you guys think about the categorised cars and that. Because say, like the Red Bath, for example, that hasn't even sustained any accident damage. That had a broken window and a broken ignition, and that got written off for circa 11 grand. Even if you went to Fiat and they charge you 1,500 quid for a new lock set and to program it and everything, and then 250 quid for a new window, how can you write that car off for 11 grand? It's criminal. The 2018 Red Popstar that you've seen a couple of videos on, there wasn't much content to do on that, unfortunately. Obviously that was just us starting the YouTube channel to begin with anyway, so it was a bit all over the place. And also it had no damage. Like, there was a tiny little dent that Bowie, the PDR guy, got out before I even started the channel, and then a bumper guy come around, Mr. Scuff. He's based around Colchester as well. You can look him up on the internet. He does some good work, good prices. He come around and done a little bumper repair on it for us on the front, literally just touching the paint, because I tried and couldn't get it as good as what I'd like, and that was it. That was I didn't even have to really repair that car and have that work done to it to sell it, because the damage was so trivial. It was like a little car park thing from a supermarket. But obviously we try to do the cars as best we can to obviously get good money for them, or as much money as we can for them, but to make sure that they look right and in the condition that I'd want to buy a car in. So they write these cars off, say that Popstar, for that little dent. I think it was £7,700 was the estimated retail on that, and that's up for 5,995. But remember, it's had no accident damage, 4 years MOT, and it's done 22,000 miles. someone's getting a cracking car for that money. And the only thing with buying a category car against a non-category car is you're saving about 20-25% off the retail value of that car. So you're the winner at the end of the day, and that, because you're buying a car that you pay 25%, 20% more for somewhere else, and they're not going to show you the warts and all behind the scenes stuff that me and Paul at Love 500 and Alex at Car Salvage 101 and various other people do. You get to see absolutely everything, and that like, when would you ever get to go and see a car that you're buying privately, put up on the ramp and have a good look underneath it? They just don't do that, do they, people? And that and me buying cars privately in the past. This is going on a bit of a rant now, and it's not meant to be, I promise. Me buying privately cars in the past, you try and lay on the floor and have a look underneath it, but you can't see anything. You might be able to see a little bit of oil on the bottom of the engine if they ain't got a stone cover underneath there, but you can't see nothing under there. At least you guys get to see absolutely everything that's right and wrong with these cars as we do them and once they're finished. So that's really what I say I hope to gain out of this channel, is to educate people as much as possible about category cars. And if I can do that, and that puts even just one person's mind at rest that was unsure about them at first, and they think, do you know what, I will buy a category car because there's nothing really wrong with it. It's worth it, isn't it, really, to me? So I'll probably just end this video here, guys, because I'm going waffling on a little bit now, but I just wanted to share them thoughts with you while I was driving. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put out another video this week to tail onto this one yet or not, but if I don't, then have a lovely Christmas with your family and loved ones. Enjoy it, enjoy your break from work, and I'll see you the other side of Christmas. So look after yourselves, take care, thanks very much for watching. Welcome back, guys. Just give you a quick update. So today is Friday the 22nd of December, and we've just been to Fraser's, the body shop, to pick up the bumper for Project Playboy, the 2014 Red Sport we've got on the go at the moment. So I've just picked that up, I've put it in the back of the van, so we're heading up to the unit now to drop that off. We'll have a quick look to see if the colour matches okay, but I'm probably not going to fit it today, to be honest. I've got too much running about to do and sort out bits before Christmas now, so I'm probably just going to plonk it in the unit and then leave it till between Christmas and New Year. I'll spend the day up there and get that finished, clean, and get the bumper on and the light and whatnot. So I'll see you at the unit in a sec. So as you can see, guys, we just got back with the new bumper from the paint shop, or body shop, sorry, should I say. Just shut this door. Oh, and let's see how it matches. I'll give it a little wipe over first. Get a clean microfiber cloth, give it a wipe over. Here we go. It's got a bit of dust on it. A little bit wipe over. Fraser's breaking up for Christmas now as well. Literally handing me the bumper. Shut his doors, locked him up, and he's away now. So that's him done there to the new year. So I wanted to pick this up today. As soon as he said to me yesterday it was ready, but we'll head up there and grab it. Towing on. Well, the towing eye looks a good match because that's the original towing eye off the other bumper. Oh yeah. So let's get you reset up over here and we'll just offer it up and see what it looks like. Zoom out a little bit. Right, let's see what this looks like then, shall we? So I'm not actually going to fit this properly. Just going to offer it up, see what the colour match is like for you guys. I won't drop it this time. Can't afford to. Rather than repairing the tabs on this headlight, because I think one or two of them are broke, I'm just going to swap the headlights over with some spare ones that I've got upstairs. I'll show you actually. I've done a bit of moving about up there. We had some racking delivered yesterday to put all the parts on. So I'll show you what it's like up there now. I'm trying to get it a bit more organised. I reckon you'll like it. But yeah, we've got spare headlights up there, so I reckon that I'll just put one of the spare headlights on. Let's have a little look then. The only thing about this unit, unfortunately, is the lights are quite high up in the air, so you get light downwards rather than sort of like sideways, if that makes sense. But I think you'd agree, that's absolutely spot on. And I mean absolutely spot on. I'll just take you off the tripod actually and show you what I mean. If you guys can see that. See the bonnet's a little bit dusty. I'll give that a wipe over quickly. I think you'd agree. Perfect match. And that's the reason we go and get them block scanned rather than just go by the paint code. So you get as close a match as possible, as we said. So now I know that colour's spot on. I think the next video between Christmas and New Year we'll glue all the trim and everything back on this that needs to be glued on or clipped in and whatever. Get the headlight in, get the DRLs fitted, and then got to change that bracket in there, haven't I? That clip, just snap the end of that off. But yeah, I think that's all we've got to do on this, and then just literally clip the bumper back in, give it a clean. I've booked it in for a cam belt as well on the way up here, so it's going in for a cam belt on January the 3rd. So once that's had the cam belt done, should be good to go. We've already serviced it, as you know. Oh, I've got to do the rear dampers, haven't I? Yeah, I've got to pick them up this afternoon actually, before 12 o'clock because they shut. So once I've picked the dampers up, that should be it for this car then. We should be on the home straight. Yeah, I'll just show you guys upstairs. So I don't know if you remember on one of the first videos we done, we had a load of parts upstairs scattered all over the mezzanine floor. So since then, we've put a handrail around it now, and I had some racking delivered yesterday. So I'm hoping to get all these spare bits and pieces that I've acquired here. They're all going to be sorted out, put into plastic storage tubs and labelled up what's in them. I've already started clearing off that bench over there. And then I'll show you up here what we've done up here. Voila! I think you'd agree that looks much better, don't you? Club 500 Italia's got nothing on us, has it, eh? So I've just still got to move these wheels over to that corner there out of the way. And I've tried to keep it in some sort of organisation. I've still got to do these and these yet. I've got to sort them out, but Obviously I've got the bumpers across the top, so I've got a spare red Popstar or facelift lounge bumper there. This silver bumper is complete. That came off of a lounge, so that's actually going to go on that mint green one downstairs that I introduced you to, Project Sean, when we get going on that. So that will just need painting. I've got a spare rear bumper there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of rear lights up here. You can see I've got 3, 4, 5 pre-facelift lights, a spare facelift light. I've got a facelift grille. I've got 2, a brand new wing and a spare second-hand passenger side wing. I've got 4 steering wheels, which one's a facelift lounge, 2 are pre-facelift lounges, and 1 is a pop. Got various bits of trim, spare boot handle, various bits of trim there, boot carpets because sometimes they're missing or minging. I've got a regulator for a window, spare dashboard, and the plastics. I've got a complete airbag kit. If anyone's interested in buying that does the same sort of thing as what I do, but buys Cat S's or buys them with the airbags gone, let me know. I'll do you a good deal on that. It'll be cheaper than you can find it on eBay anywhere. Got the, obviously, let's get out the light. Got the airbag module, curtain airbags, steering wheel airbag, knee airbag, and dash airbag. I've got a spare radio, spare indicator stalks or clock spring, I think it's called. I've got all the seat belts as well to go with the airbags, and I've got a complete interior trim set there as well. So this came out of, I think it was a 2010 or 2011 car that we broke. But I've got a complete interior trim because there's always bits and pieces that you think, oh, that's got a mark or that's broken and that, you know. So we took all the trim out of it as well. Then under there, I've got a pair of spare wipers and the wheel arch liners, front and rear. I've got 2 brand new fronts, 2 second-hand fronts, and 2 rears as well. I've got them as well. I've also actually got another storage unit which I keep a load more stuff in. So I've got interiors in there, various body panels, bumpers. I've got 2 front panels, you know, rad pack panels in there. Some more wheels. I've got loads of other bits and pieces in there, but I just try to keep the bits that we're going to use regularly here, and the bits that we're not going to use regularly that might turn up or that we're going to potentially sell, I'll keep them at the other unit. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing over the last couple of days, is trying to sort of get some sort of organisation here so that it don't look like a dumping ground. Right then guys, I think that'll probably wrap this video up now. You've had a little look round upstairs and seen what I've been up to up there with regards to organising the parts and everything. We know the bumper's going to be okay now and the colour match is spot on, so there's not a lot left to do with that now. So this will probably be the last video before Christmas now, as I said to you earlier. Just got too much to do with running around and that. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's interacted with us on the first 8 or 9 videos that we've done, all the comments, all the new subscribers. It really is appreciated, and I'm overwhelmed, I really am, so thank you very much. I know I said on a previous video, if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, that I'll give away a top-on, top-scan OBD Bluetooth diagnostics dongle. But what I'm actually going to do is, I realise that's probably a little bit opportunistic. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to give away one. If we get to 500 subscribers, one of you guys will get one. And if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll give away another one. So that's 2 that'll be given away in total. So I think, we'll end this video there. All that remains is to say, I hope you and your families and your loved ones have a wonderful Christmas. Look after yourselves, take care, and we'll see you between Christmas and New Year. Thanks very much. See you on the next one, guys.